Will you gig in Cavan? Do you get nervous when you go home to gig?
Yeah, I'm a lot more nervous gigging at home than I am anywhere else.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because if you mess up at home, then that's what they remember the next time they see you in a pub. Like, if you mess up in Dublin, nobody remembers you, you know?
Yeah.
You get away with it.
It's a lot more nerve-wracking at home.
Is it that you've got relatives that go to the show?
Yeah, I mean, like, I remember doing a gig once where a relative came to the show and I thought they were actually dead. I was surprised. I hadn't seen them in years. And I arrived late for the gig, so I'm like sweating. I run up on stage. I start and I look down and I was like, oh my God. I was fully sure they were dead. And I thought it was like a ghost who's there just to sort of haunt
like
the
a Scrooge
gig.
kind of situation.
Yeah,
like.
yeah, it's there to teach me a lesson. So yeah, that can be nerve-wracking.
seeing ghosts, seeing
like,
people you know are dead.
Seeing like previously dead relatives in the audience.
It's not just comedy you do. Obviously, we mentioned you're a man of many talents.
I try
acting.
a lot of things.
You do try a lot of things. Do you still get recognised for Hardy Bucks in the street?
Yeah, it's actually the thing I probably get recognised. Like, nobody really comes up to me about Republic of Telly. I don't know what that says about the show. But Hardy Bucks, yeah, especially down the west, like west of Ireland, are still mad about it, and they will, mostly lads, will roar across the bar at you. There's photos there of the boys.
Look at you all there now.
Yeah, it was the best crack. I think it was the best crack we ever had filming anything, because it was just like there was no real scripts. It was mostly kind of improv, you know. The scripts are just sort of a general,
just a guideline, and then you just
guideline,
threw it over the shoulder.
But yeah, it was good crack. I remember, like, when we first started, we were about we hadn't reached telly yet, so we were still doing the YouTube stuff, and we're filming in a car park, and it was all fairly guerrilla, underground kind of stuff. And two Gardai came up to us, and they're like, "Have you a permit, boys?" And we're like, "No, definitely not." And they're like, "Right, well, you know, that's illegal. So we're going to be confiscating these cameras. We're going to be taking the film out of it. That film's going to be destroyed, you know."
Right.
As well, like, it was a show about hustlers and small town dealers. And in the mean streets of Mayo, sometimes it was nearly easier to get the real thing than to get props.
Just shoot a documentary.
Yeah,
like.
and they were like, "And there's a funny smell as well, lads." So what's going to happen now is we're going to destroy that footage. We're going to get you in the car. We're going to bring you down to the station. We're going to strip you down and see what else is on you. And like, we were nearly in tears. And just as they were loading us in, they were like, "By the way, which one of you is the Viper?" Hey! Oh, thank God. They were like, "Oh, we're only messing. We love the show. Fair play to you. Like, our young lads doing it." Yeah. So, yeah, well, I like how relaxed guards are in this country.
Yeah. Great story. Great story. There's another story as well. You were auditioning for a part and you decided to go full-on method actor.
I'm obsessed with this.
This is okay. First of all, I was very young and impressionable.
This was before Hardy Bucks.
This is before
Here's
Hardy
the
Bucks.
disclaimer, guys.
Yeah, I started getting, it was like my first audition, I think, for a film that Brian Gleeson was in. And the role was like stoner at a house party. So I was like, what would Brando do? What would De Niro do?
You're aiming for the top.
They're my heroes.
That's your motivation.
So I went down to Stephen's Green. I drank about 4 cans of Prazsky. And a little shout out there for Prazsky, if you're looking for a sponsor. So I arrived in holding a can. And I remember thinking, like, this is a genius idea. Like, they're going to be like, this guy's really committing to this role of a bum.
God.
And I walked in, and as soon as I saw it was just like 3 people at a desk, and I immediately lost faith in my plan, and I just hid the can behind my chair, which made it look worse. And it was just, it was an awful interview. And they said to my agent, never, ever send him for anything ever again.
Is that why you grew the beard?
Yeah, just to hide, to reinvent myself. Yeah. So I got fired.
Okay. Barry Keoghan got the role.
Barry Keoghan got the role, yeah. So I could be in a Marvel movie now if I'd have got that.
You could have been in the Eternals.
That's the sliding door situation there. That was the only thing holding me back.
Someone make a documentary on that, please.
If only you hadn't gone drinking cans in the green.
Who would have thought that would be a bad move, Martin?